Yo, what is up? So I thought I'd do a video on this game again because I'm actually enjoying it, despite the setting issue I had. So as I said in my previous video, you want to just put that to high from the highest, otherwise it knocks about 75 plus FPS off, which is not what you want. So what I've done, I installed OptiScaler, and the main reason I've done this video as well is to have a look at frame generation, because using the Opti frame generation, which turns out it's actually a decent option I'm finding in certain games where you can't enable it. So again, because they've not put FSR in this game, so you've only got that XESS or TSR, and I never like using TSR. But the thing is, you can't even use frame generation, so they've only got that. And I did try and install the MVAPI files and the DLSS to FSR frame gen mod file that you get from Nexus, and that usually works, but on this game it's not working. So I found that a bit odd. And then I mean, what makes me laugh is they give you this anti-lag, which you use with FSR frame generation, but they don't want to put it in the game. So I'm not really happy with that, but whatever. I mean, it's like they do it on purpose. But anyway, we've got FSR 4 on. So what you would do, so it'd be like that, and then you would have to basically click that, restart the game. I've already done it just to save time. Then it would be active. Then you would have to press that whenever you want. I mean, I do it when I get in the game. So I think I'll start a new game, just we'll go overwrite it, will it? It don't really matter because I know what to do. No. That's a bit odd though, that you got to start a new game. Very weird, but I've played about an hour and it wouldn't take me long to get back to where I was. So that is dedication for you. So I mean, that is, you're getting a decent FPS without that setting, because as I said, it was a bit weird how much FPS this takes off. So I showed it on the 4090. So that literally isn't worth it to me. All that's playable, but I admit, the further I got into the game, it did look really nice, the graphics actually, once you get into this mansion. But I don't think it's doing too much, that setting, I'll be honest. And when I look at the FPS it's taken away, I just don't see the point. It still look great without that. And the other thing I would do, so press insert and then click that, and look at that. So you're literally almost getting, I mean, I've got a 240Hz monitor, ultra wide, so this is how I've been playing it on the 97 XT, and it seems to be working really nicely. It's pretty smooth, so that is what you want. And as a game, as I said, it's like an interactive sort of puzzle game. You've got to go around looking for clues and saving stuff. That's Ben Starr, that actor. He voiced Clive in Final Fantasy 16.
Don't believe what he says, Vinny. Duke is... Please, answer a fucking phone!
That's literally gone. Damn. Yeah, it's because it's got Opti frame gen on, it will go over anyway. I've got a cat. Yeah, but this is the other guy. I think he was in Death Stranding too. So he's another famous actor. And you've also got Lana Pierce, who she done writing for the God of War game. So there's a few. You got Sam Lake from Remedy. He's in the game. I saw. So there's quite a few good actors I didn't realise would be in the game, and the game itself is quite interesting to me. So I like these sort of games. It feels like a bit of a horror at the same time, but there's a lot of good stuff going on in the game to keep me interested. So I won't totally spoil it. I mean, I'll just play about 15 minutes or so, show the start of the game, but for what I paid, I'm definitely thinking it's worth it. I only paid £10 on the Epic Game Stores, and it's pretty good, I've got to admit. I'll probably just get to the mansion bit, because the visuals look pretty nice once you get in there. So I've got to go in here, activate the flashlight. Oh. Only thing, you can't crouch down on there, but it's not the end of the world when you're trying to pick up stuff. I did notice that. Yeah, Vinnie Monroe, that's the one who Ben Starr's playing. I think Alana Pierce, she was not sure if she's on the list actually on that. Alright, so pick that up, gotta get that. That looks, see, this actually looks better Opti framed than AMD's fluid motion frames, because I noticed when I opened that there's a bit of sort of what do you call it, blur. You saw a bit of blur on that first aid kit as I was shutting the, but I don't know, there's definitely nothing there when I'm comparing that, because I find with AMD's fluid motion frames you can get a bit of unwanted sort of ghosting. So I don't, pretty bad ghosting, I don't mind a bit of ghosting, but that can be a bit off-putting. Right, so I think the code was R1. Oh yeah, that was it, wasn't it? So I've got to dot that, then put the code in. There we go. I've got to pick that back up. That is pretty much it in this bit. Right, so that gives you access. Again, it looks extremely close to DLSS 4, FSR 4 in it. Yeah, you get a phone, you can look at your messages. Seem to get that every time you progress.
Chase Lowry. This is Duke Cave, executive producer of Lamplight Productions. You're the boy who sent me some material. Your headshot.
Yeah, but with that Opti frame gen active, it is very smooth so far.
That's rare, Chase. Your friend Vinny, he just plays a part. But you,
So I did find in certain other games it wasn't,
as you know,
I think Control was one of them where it wasn't working well, Opti frame gen, but that is an older game really, to be fair. So I think the Ascent, it worked alright as well, Opti frame gen. So it is again, I really like this OptiScaler. It just gives you a lot of options with it. So if they want to, like this game, they want to lock you out with the frame gen, it tends to happen a lot with AMD. Although most of the major titles do give you that, the frame gen at least. But I literally found visually for it to look really nice. in this mansion. So there, basically the code you'll need later on in the game. So it definitely looks better. The graphics are better than I thought they would be. Yeah, I think that is the main difference I'm seeing with FSR 4 and DLSS 4. It's just like the aliasing around stuff, like there's a slight bit of shimmer there. So that is the main thing, but then I think at 4K, FSR 4 just clears all that up. So I think, again, that's going to improve as time goes on in the later versions with FSR 4. I think that was locked. I mean, sometimes Opti Frame Gen or Frame Gen can actually make it look a bit worse, but I'm not sure on this one. That's making zero difference, and I'm changing that, so that's good. Yeah, there's just a bit more flicker, I'd say, on FSR 4. But apart from that, the texture quality looks really good. When I'm looking at the floor, that's very, very realistic. So the texture detail seems to be pretty much the same, I'd say, when I'm comparing the two technologies. But trust me, there's a lot more to come in this game once you start playing more of it. Definitely a lot more to come. A lot of these rooms are locked, and then you got to find things, and then you can unlock the doors, stuff like that. So I find that pretty interesting. There's a few surprises along the way. But in terms of the Opti Frame Gen, that is, you see that frame time, there's not really any stutters at all, to be honest. Actually, I did feel on the DLSS Frame Gen there was definitely more spikes in the frame time. Although it wasn't terrible, but I did notice every now and then I would get a frame time like sort of spike. I'm not noticing that on AMD. So although image quality is actually better on Nvidia on this game, I'd say the smoothness is actually better on AMD, and I'm not sure why, but I don't know. Although you got a few spikes there, but they don't feel as sort of rough. I'm not feeling them as much. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with the Opti Frame gen because I can't really see any ghosting at all. Only on the cursor. That's the main thing. But when I'm looking at just opening stuff, that's opening up really well. 9 times out of 10 you will see it on the cursor. So you don't, I mean, you could easily play this game without Opti Frame gen. You're still getting more than enough frames. But it's just in other games, if you did want to use it, it could be a good option, because I was actually impressed when I started using it how well it's working. So I don't know if that's been updated with the latest versions of OptiScaler, but because it wasn't working as well as this before on quite a few games. It just felt very stutter. There's a lot of stutters going on. So I don't know, I'd have to test it out more, to be fair, before I have a great opinion on that. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.